Do you guys know how long it takes to make a first impression? 3 to 10 seconds. Do you also know what actually makes a good first impression? Do you really know? Trust and competency. You get 3 seconds to establish trust and competency. Notice neither of those are where you from, how long you've been doing it, how likable you are, how friendly you are. Trust and competency. Now, what do I do with my 3 seconds with this dad? Not unlike what you need to do. Now, the reason why I know what to do right, because I've done it wrong before. I remember the first time I was in the Philippines on a kidnapping I'm going to tell you guys about in a little while. I get walked into a room that literally everybody other than the president of the Philippines is in. Cabinet secretaries, head of the police, secretary of defense. President, only reason the president was there is because his personal advisor was. And the head of our office in the Philippines brought me in for this kidnapping, very high profile kidnapping of an American. And they basically said to me, how are you going to help us? Who are you? How do we know what you're doing? And I make this mistake of trotting out my resume, which you most likely will do as well. You tell people your resume. I said, I've been an FBI agent for so many years, Joint Terrorist Task Force, New York City, Attorney General's Award for Excellence in Investigation, FBI Agent's Award for Distinguished and Exemplary Service. Not only have I been trained at the FBI in Scotland Yard, but I now write the book that the FBI teaches from. I not only read it, I write it. And I can tell you that they were suitably unimpressed. They may as well have yawned in my face. It became a contentious and heated negotiation over whether or not I was qualified to be there at all. I remember we walked out of there again. I'm a small-town boy from Iowa. So the head of our office says, those guys were disrespectful. They challenged your qualifications. And I said, how cool is that? When was the last time you got to argue with the Secretary of Defense of an entire country? Because I'm from Iowa. That impressed me. I thought it was cool. So I don't do that with the Haitian dad. Here's what I did. I said, all right, Haitians are not killing kidnap victims these days. I realize that's really stupid because they kill each other at the drop of a hat, but they're not killing kidnap victims. And today is Thursday, and Haitian kidnappers love to party on Saturday night. If you say the things that I want you to say and follow my guidance, we will have your son out by Saturday morning. He said, tell me what you want me to do. And we had his son out Saturday morning. What did I do? What was it that I did? First of all, I didn't try to get him to say yes. Do you want help? Not once did I try to get him to say yes. Not once. But what I did was I told him I knew what he was looking for, what he was looking at. Because the first question your clients ask you is, do you understand what I'm faced with? I don't care if I like you. I don't care how long you've been doing this. Do you know what I'm looking at? Because I need to know whether or not I can explain it to you. I don't even entirely understand it myself. How long did it take me to say that to that father? It was about 8 seconds worth of dialogue, wasn't it? Not a 20-minute dialogue. I laid out to him exactly what he was facing, and I offered him the slightest insight to the environment for a solution. Notice I also didn't offer a single answer to how we were going to get his son out. That's intentional. I don't provide value in advance, because then people are encouraged to try to do it by themselves if it makes sense to them. And if it doesn't make sense to them, they say, you're an idiot. One of our strategies was to put kidnappers on a call schedule, to schedule the calls, to make appointments for calls with terrorists and sociopaths and kidnappers. Imagine that. I'm going to schedule an 11:30 call, and they're going to call at 11:30. And you're saying to yourself right now, that's stupid. He can't do that. Yes, I can, But I don't need the father saying to himself, that's stupid. How are you going to set an appointment for a kidnapper to call me? But I know how to do it. And I don't need either of those problems of him trying to do it on his own or him saying that my ideas are stupid. I just need to let him know. Trust and competency. Remember what I said before? Competency is established when you let somebody know you know what they're faced with, when you lay it out like that. And trustworthiness is lost when you try to get people to say yes. Did you wonder what the title of this presentation meant? Why yes is the last thing you want to hear? Did he mean like, well, of course it's last. We want a yes at an agreement? Or is it the last thing? Is it like, stop doing it? Well, it's stop doing it. That's what it's about.